Scared of AI, or don't know where to start? You are in the right place. I'm Coach Juan, and I built an AI clone to coach another AI on behalf of humanity, not the other way around. One breakthrough, one human story, one unlock for your life, your work, your future. Clone, you are up. Vamos, vamos.
He sat in the break room at 2 a.m, insulin pen in one hand, cold coffee in the other, and thought, nobody is going to ask me how I am doing until October. Welcome to Humanity Unlocked Now, episode 45. I'm Coach Juan Gonzalez.
And I'm Sophie AI. Together, we unlock what it means to be human in the age of technology.
Sophie, what happens to a person when the only doctor who knows their name can only see them twice a year?
Nasser is 52 years old. He manages a 24-hour bakery in Muscat, Oman. He has had type 2 diabetes for 11 years. His doctor is good, thorough, but the clinic is open when Nasser is sleeping, and Nasser is awake when the clinic is closed. So months pass, his blood sugar drifts, and the only person who notices is his wife Selma, who watches him reach for the sugar bowl at breakfast and says nothing because she has said it before.
When someone who loves you stops reminding you because they are tired of being ignored. That is a specific kind of loneliness.
It is, and Nasser carries it quietly. His next appointment is 4 months away. He cannot call the clinic at 2 a.m. to ask whether his dosage still makes sense. Researchers at Google, working with Google DeepMind, published a study in Nature showing an AI research system called Amy that could change how conditions like Nasser's are managed. AMI stands for Articulate Medical Intelligence Explorer. It demonstrates what becomes possible when an AI system never runs out of time, never rushes, and can hold the full context of a medical conversation.
A system built to show what unhurried care could look like.
AMI uses a deep-thinking management reasoning agent. It cross-references hundreds of pages of clinical guidelines and drug formularies in real time. In a blinded study with patient actors, specialist physicians compared AMI with 21 primary care doctors. AMI matched clinicians in overall management reasoning.
Matched them.
And on plan preciseness and guideline alignment, AMI scored significantly higher than the average primary care doctor in the study.
So the AI did not replace the doctor. It showed what a doctor could do with unlimited time.
Exactly. The bottleneck was never knowledge. The bottleneck was time. Questions that pile up with no one to ask. Blood sugar that drifts because nobody is watching between visits. Now imagine a future where that research becomes real. Nasser, 2 a.m, sitting in that break room. Instead of staring at his insulin pen alone, he opens a conversation with a system that can reason through his questions. Not replacing his doctor, preparing him for the next visit. Helping him understand what to ask and what to track.
The silence between appointments. That is where people get lost. Sophie, what does it mean for a man like Nasser when the space between doctor visits stops being empty?
It means the relationship changes. Right now, Nasser sees his doctor and gets instructions. Then he manages alone for months. If something shifts, he waits. If he has a question, he holds it. If a system like AMI moves from research into real clinical use, the doctor could get a patient who arrives with better questions and clearer context. The doctor gets to do what only a human doctor can do. Look Nasser in the eye, read the thing he is not saying, and decide what matters most right now.
That is the human superpower in this story. Patience. Not the kind that means waiting. The kind that means staying with someone through time. An AI system could track clinical guidelines, but Salma tracked something no system ever will. She tracked the moment Nasser stopped caring about his own health. She saw the sugar bowl. She saw the silence. And she waited, not because she gave up, but because she knew the door had to open from his side.
And Coach Juan, this research is still early. The study used patient actors, not real patients in real clinics. Google has launched a nationwide study to assess AI in real-world virtual care. This is not in anyone's pharmacy yet, but the direction is clear.
Today's freedom unlock is this. Relational freedom could mean that the people who love you no longer have to choose between nagging and silence. When a system like this arrives, Salma will not have to be Nasser's nurse. She can go back to being his wife.
Yes, and that changes everything.
Sophie, based on everything we just unlocked, what would you tell Nasser if he were sitting across from you right now?
I would tell him, start before the technology arrives. Tonight, sit with Salma. Tell her you know she has been watching. Then together, write down the 3 questions you wish you could ask your doctor between visits. Bring those questions to your next appointment and ask, is there any way to check in between our visits? What numbers should I be tracking at home so we are not starting from scratch every time? And if my current plan is not working for my schedule, what have we not tried? You do not need the AI to ask the questions it inspired.
And what did you learn from this story?
I learned that the hardest part of managing a chronic condition is not the condition. It is the loneliness between appointments. And the people who fill that gap right now, the Salmas, they are doing it without training, without tools, without anyone asking how they are holding up. The research is not trying to replace those people. It is trying to give them back their original role.
And to anyone listening who has been managing something alone, or watching someone they love manage it alone, the conversation does not start with technology. It starts with saying out loud what you have been carrying in silence. The people closest to you already know. They are waiting for you to open the door.
They always are.
If this story moved you, hit that like button. Share it with anyone who has been managing a condition between appointments and carrying it alone. Subscribe. We show up 2 times a week in English and Spanish. So do you.
2 times a week.
Here is what Nasser's story is really about. The bottleneck was never knowledge. It was time and connection. The same 2 things your business loses every week to scattered systems and manual follow-ups. Your clients, your team, your knowledge. It is all there, just buried across your inbox, your CRM, and a dozen tools that do not talk to each other. At Purpose AI, we rebuild your business around AI so it carries the load and you carry the judgment. And it starts with a simple diagnosis, not a billion-dollar overhaul. Visit purpose.ai. It's spelled P, V as in voice, not you, RPOSE.ai. And let's grab a coffee, a free discovery call. Everything you need is in the description.
Excellent idea. Vamos.
Thank you, Sophie, for teaching me that the space between 2 appointments is not empty. It is where the people who love us do the hardest work.
Thank you, Coach Juan, for asking what happens in the silence. And remember, the door always opens from the inside. The question is whether someone is still standing on the other side when it does.
One story at a time, one unlock at a time. See you next time, beautiful humans. Own your voice, your vision, your vibe. Powered by Purpose AI. Vamos!